don't know.
Oh.
That's not true.
Has pillar flame in his
He has
hand.
a chance. I mean, these American Flash decks, between Helix and Pillars and whatnot, they've got a reasonable fight. Who's thinking here?
I think it's overrated.
Alright, everybody, welcome back to Round 3 coverage of Friday Night Magic from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. It has moved from just me to a full house in here. I'm Zachary Evans, joined now by Joseph Deal and Yin Sang, as we watch this Round 3 feature match between Jordan Pectyo playing American Flash, which is a little bit more of a tempo deck as he is playing Thunder Mauls and Boris Reckoner still, against Jeromie Lanham, who's playing all the red cards. Turn 1 Legion Loyalist into turn 1 against turn 1 Tap Steam Vents. I guess the mono red deck can afford to play Faithless Looting as opposed to like the rule decks.
Yeah.
Interesting. So he kept the one lander with the Legionist and a looting, and then just missed on his second land. So that's a good spot for Jordan to be in. We've talked about this multiple times over multiple weeks about how these American decks have morphed from like the completely tempo-based deck with like, you know, Unsummon and Geists and, you know, all counter magic, like the old Delver style decks, to like more of a controlling build, and now to a deck that doesn't even play red because it can't beat Burning Earth.
Yeah. It's
just interesting because there's so many American decks that you know, they don't all play the same by any means. And Jordan landing an on-curve Boros Reckoner, which in this case is probably the best wall that one could play.
I think Jordan wins this game.
You think? Jeremy has one land. He's effectively discarded a card because of Faithless Looting. It's strictly card disadvantage. Jeremy used all his run good in the last game, or the last round, with 3 Burning Earths. Is Jordan playing a Blasphemous Act, at least on the board?
I think
hope
he plays
so,
one.
because I just want to see that happen. So Jordan playing a Hallowed Fountain untapped, obviously leaving up Angel or War Leader's Helix. He has a Dissipate in hand too, so this game is all over but the shouting. And since Jordan's involved, that saying will actually be literal, because at some point he will no doubt shout. Jeremy fighting the good fight, though. Just pillar you. We've answered the shock you portion of the game. So interesting that Jordan played that land untapped and then didn't do anything with the mana. There is a Jace Architect of Thought, obviously are probably going to plus him, I would imagine. And serve in with the Reckoner. Legion Loyalist not nearly as useful when it gets -1, -0 when it attacks. So Jordan tapped out, but holding a Dissipate and a Sphinx's Revelation. I don't know what the 4th card is. I think it is a War Leader's Helix. Seems like that would be the most reasonable card for him to have, given that he played that shock untapped. Another pillar to the dome.
6 more pillars in town.
Well, what about a scenario in which, I mean, Jordan's not going to lose, but let's say he does. Let's say Jordan finds a way to lose this game. Will it be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened in Magic?
Yeah.
I would say we'd probably all stop talking to him as a result, but we all know we don't talk to him.
Yeah.
I think we'll just never see him again.
Yeah, maybe like lock him in a cage, ship him to some other country. Yeah, that sounds good.
These are all, also he's playing Young Pyromancer.
Well, he has shocks, pillars, Faithless Looting. It makes Faithless Looting better. Wonder whether he's playing Dynacharge.
No one's playing Dynacharge except you, Joseph. We're going to see what's the ultimate on Jace? Is it at 7 or at 8?
I think it's 8.
I think it's 8. I don't
Pretty sure it's 8th.
We're not going to find out because Jeremy has decided that he's had enough of the one land that he drew. So Jordan takes non-competitive game 1 in this matchup of American Control / Flash versus Mono Red. A little bit, I think maybe some card availability issues with Jeremy. Has some cards in there that you don't normally expect to see. Faithless Looting, saw a Shock in there as well, and I think he's mainboarding some Volcanic Strength. But of course, none of them are dead in this archetype. Looks like Jordan is bringing in a Thunderball, a D-Sphere.
Saw a Celestial Flare.
Oh, is that what that was? That's maybe what I thought.
I think I saw some Turn and Burn. I don't know whether he's starting.
Yeah, you should be bringing those in. Yeah. Everything that deals damage to something should be brought in. And Jeremy should be bringing in Burning Earth. If that's assuming he's not already playing them in the main deck. We wouldn't know because he didn't cast. He only had one mountain that whole game. Hey, do you like? Hey, Ian and Joseph, do you like? Hold on, my camera's whacked up. Please stand by.
Yes. The answer is probably yes.
The answer is probably yes. The question I was going to ask is, do you like these promo Lingering Souls?
Look pretty good.
Would you like to win 2 copies of them for nothing?
Probably.
Then you should head over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/AxelsMagic and look for the giveaway posts. Like, comment, or tweet that like, comment, and share that post for 3 separate ways to enter. And as long as you like the Facebook page, you're eligible to win. Also shows up in my Twitter feed at AxelsMagic. Follow and retweet. That's 4 separate ways you can enter each week.
I always do the Facebook things. I don't do the tweet things.
Do you have Twitter?
I don't remember if I do. I think I do.
Is your Twitter yin_pouring 5?
No, I think it's just purple pouring.
Purple pouring. Purple pouring. Go figure. And while these guys are sideboarding, and assuming you've just used the time you had to sign up for all the giveaways, you can also follow us on our various forms of social media. Help spread the word about this stream. Man, my camera's being weird. There we go. Got it squared away. So yeah, you can obviously if you're watching now on Twitch, you can click the follow button above and to the left on the old layout and below and to the left on the new layout. They'll send you an email notification anytime our stream goes live. Obviously, we stream every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, but like last Saturday, we did Star City Games Invitational Qualifier. We were the highest viewed channel on Twitch for that 6 hours, with almost 500 viewers for the entire time. So that's a good service to sign up for. I use that for other streams that I watch. You can follow me on Twitter, as I said, @AxelsMagic for stream news, pictures of my dogs, and various funny things throughout the week. It's always good. Most importantly, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/AxelsMagic. Make sure you like the page there, then share the post and participate in the discussions there as we talk about Magic news, spoilers, event information, all kinds of good stuff. Basically, just a daily news aggregator. And then finally, everything that we ever record goes up on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/AxelsMagic. So if you can't watch live, you can watch after the fact on YouTube. We just passed 1,400 subscribers on YouTube. There are a lot of popular Magic channels on YouTube that don't even have half that. I think it's, it doesn't necessarily translate to views, I've noticed, but it is interesting that we have gotten that far. And just past the 500 follower mark on Twitter, 700 likes on Facebook, and I'm hoping by tonight that we're over the 900 mark on Twitch followers, as we have 894 as of the start of this broadcast. So anything you can do help us out. Hey, we provide weekly Magic content. It doesn't cost you a red cent. If you want to help out the stream, the best way to do that is to spread the word, and the best way to do that is on our various forms of social media. If you follow us on Twitch right now, Yin will display the pouring. We have no way of deciding if you did, but we're going to display the pouring anyway.
I actually did that before. See, it's on the little really laggy thing.
There it is. Ooh. Alright, so Jeremy's strategy in this game is to draw more than one land.
Pretty good strategy.
Looking at Jordan's hand, has a pillar and a red source, so I think that's a keep. Legion Loyalist comes in tapped and attacking. Joseph, are you familiar with the card Legion Loyalist?
A little bit.
You ever seen that one before?
Yeah.
So basically, here's how this game is going to go.
Right?
We joke because Joseph has cast Legion Loyalist more than anyone else in the history of the stream. So Jordan's going to play this game as follows. Once Jeremy plays his third land, Jordan can never not leave Dissipate up, right? How is he going to beat a resolved...
Resolved Burning Earth?
Burning Earth, yeah.
Detention Sphere, like early...
Oh, yeah, Detention
That's
Sphere.
the only thing I can think of.
Well, he sided in one copy. How many... I don't know. I don't have a deck list, obviously, so I don't know how many he plays on the side, but... So is he going to Pillar the Firefish Striker here? I think you might as well. Saves 2 damage. You don't have a counterspell that you can use. There's no guarantee he'll cast something. And the Firefish Striker actually does become a real nuisance, as we've seen with your mono red deck, Blitz deck in the past. You know, playing a blocker is usually, playing an Augur Bolus is usually the best thing you can do, but if that Augur can never block, it's effectively a dead card. There's a Chandra's Phoenix. That's a card I forgot. I actually lost to that in the finals of our, or in the top 8 of our Modern Masters Winterbox tournament. I just forgot that was a card, because you don't see it too much. I guess these mono red decks play it, but we haven't seen too many of those in our shop, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
So there is the Dissipate mana. He has a Reckoner. But if he plays the Reckoner, and Jeremy plays a 4th land in a Burning Earth, like this game is way out of control, right?
That happens.
I see a shock.
It's not.
Nope.
No.
We are going to Mountain Walk, for some reason, the evasive creature.
Well, I mean, like, protection from Searing Spear.
Yeah, I guess it's not. I guess it's not fundamentally a misplay, as you do have to. That is a consideration you can take into account. I guess you could also hedge because now that's the biggest threat, and Jordan's more likely to remove it, and the Phoenix is a card that you can get back more.
Yeah.
Which I guess is an allusion to why Jeremy's playing Shocks as well, because if you're playing Chandra's Phoenix, the Shock becomes a lot more valuable as a 1-mana. The Shock in and of itself is good, but being able to rebuy your Chandra's Phoenix. That being said, I still would have enchanted Legion Loyalist and got in for 5. But
Yeah, that's what I would have done, regardless.
and we're going to see an Azorius Charm come down for Jordan in this spot and for the blowouts.
Yeah.
So Phoenix on top, Volcanic Strength goes to the bin. Is there a follow-up?
Thinking about it.
Emissary into nothing. Of course, the turn 5 Emissary not nearly as likely to chain into something as a turn 2 Emissary. So is Jordan playing Boros Charms? Because if he is, he's playing the infinite life combo, right? Boros Charm, Azorius Charm, and Reckoner equals, and a damage source equals all the life, right?
I think he said something about pulling it off, but I think he plays it in like the sideboard. So
interesting.
I don't know.
So end of turn, Jeremy's going to shock Jordan to the face. I'm looking at Jordan's hand. He has Is It Charm? And 3 lands, I think. So the Is It Charm is going to take out the Chandra's Phoenix here.
Yeah.
Falling for another turn, but Jordan's going to have to draw something at some point.
Yeah, he has a bunch
Well, I mean, he has a
of
wall
lands.
right now, so
He does.
Yeah.
But he's also at 9 life against the burn deck.
he's okay for a couple turns. Unless
What do you know, Ian?
I don't know. I haven't played Magic in like forever.
You don't even play Magic. You just go to South Beach.
I played Magic on.
Uh-oh.
Actually, no.
Here it
Burning
comes.
Earth, yes.
Yeah. Oh, Hellrider. I think Jordan's got to be more excited to see Hellrider in that spot, and I think Jeremy's got to be more excited that Hellrider is what got countered.
Yeah.
Because we know that Jordan has 2 lands in his hand.
I mean, maybe he's
So
whatever.
whatever-
Baiting it, so hopefully.
I think he was just sitting on his last land. It looks like he's drawn another Chandra's Phoenix, though, so he's at least going to be able to get in here. Knocking Jordan to 7.
Yup.
And Jordan draws another land. Hallowed Fountain, the Moorland Haunt, and Sacred Foundry, I believe, are the contents of Jordan's hand here.
Well, what?
Jeremy's serving in with everything here. Yes, that's a mistake, right? Not realizing that there's first strike damage.
still take 3, but unless he has like some.
Wait, that's not right.
Yeah, there we go.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Well.
Like the Legion Loyalist grants first strike.
Yeah.
So the first strike damage would all be dealt at the
Oh
same
yeah,
time.
yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Is that how magic works, Justin?
Yes.
That first strike damage doesn't just apply to Boros Reckoner?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So,
it also has trample.
so first strike.
Obviously has trample.
First strike and trample from the Legion Loyalist. So the Loyalists and the Chandra's Phoenix do its damage directly in first strike. The 2 damage from the Reckoner kills the. I'm trying to explain. So the first strike damage from the unblocked creatures gets in, puts Jordan to 4. The trigger from the Boros Reckoner takes out the Chandra's Phoenix, but it's already done its business. And then Morbid activated on Brimstone Volley. And that's good. Brimstone Volley is a card that I don't know where it went. You know what I mean? It's like a very good card.
It just wasn't zombies, I think. Yellow.
I'm trying to figure out why this thing keeps. Boom. Nailed it. Alright, so we at least get a third match here. The third game. The first game was ridiculous because Jeremy never drew a. We played, what, like 8 turns? Jeremy never drew a second land, including a Faithless Looting.
Well, game 2 wasn't really that much better. It was literally like Boros Reckoner and 20 lands.
Yeah, but at least Jordan's. Which is more frustrating, drawing all lands or drawing not enough lands?
Not enough.
I think not being able to play your spells that you have in your hands is the more frustrating of those 2 situations. But both of them suck.
Yeah.
Both of them are.
They do.
Tonight's stream is sponsored by the delicious taste of Diet Coke, because the Diet Pepsis were warm. Because they don't put. This has always been a pet peeve of mine. I know because I sit here in the broom closet, and the broom closet doubles as broadcast location as well as soda storage area.
Okay, they don't have root beer.
But they only load up the refrigerator like Fridays at 4:30 or 5.
Yeah.
What is the most likely chance that they will sell a beverage during FNM?
Yeah.
Or at least Friday night, because you've got all the FNM guys here plus all the other gamers. But that's also when they're going to be the least cold because they just jammed them in.
Yeah. Like.
Get with it.
It's not that hard.
Come on, guys.
And they need to get root beer.
They need to get more root beer, or Yin's going to cry about it.
I already did. I'm doing it again.
I won't cry about it. I'll cry with you.
And then my 2 FTV Jasons.
I got one.
Oh.
Did you order them from here?
Yeah. Well, I ordered one from here, and then David Vaughn ordered one from here, and now he's in Florida, so I have to ship it to him.
Ah. He took a job down there, you said, right?
Yeah.
It's closer to his family and also his girlfriend, right?
Yeah, I don't know about his family, but...
I thought he was from Florida.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely from Florida somewhere. I just don't
Well, that's definitely closer than being from here.
Well, his parents might not be from Florida. I don't know.
Steal the Jace. The important part here is you steal the Jace from his box and then ship it to him. That's how you get 2, right?
That's how you're stealing. All right, so it looks like Jordan mold to 6 here. Jeremy keeping 7. Jordan on the play here is going to be a little bit more advantageous. Well, the first turn Mutavolt usually indicates I'm going to attack with it on the second turn.
Which is not really the start that you want.
I mean, that's not bad.
If your second turn play is Young Pyromancer, then I think you're fine with that, because at least now it's like not summoning sick, because in case Jordan does something, and the way Jordan's representing, like he's not representing anything that he could. If he had played the second lane untapped, then I wouldn't attack, because then you're going to get Searing Spirit and blown way the heck out.
Yeah.
Camera's doing something weird now.
Ooh. Pretty mountain.
Unhinged basic mountain from Jeremy. More importantly, is there a play?
To the side by itself.
Well, it's better, so it lives over there.
Yeah.
That's the high rent district.
Shouldn't Mutavault be over there too?
No. Quick question in the chat: when is the drawing for the giveaway going to happen? Will it be tonight or tomorrow? And will you just message the winner on Facebook? The drawing is always a week after. You have a whole week to enter. The drawings always occur on Saturday, and I will contact the winner via Facebook or Twitter, whichever is appropriate. So don't worry, you will not win and not be notified. Unless your name is drawn and you haven't liked the Facebook page or followed me on Twitter. There's a Burning Earth. Cannot dissipate it fast enough. Jordan feeling good about himself. But he's going to drop to 14 off this Chandler's Phoenix.
The shouting.
There's the shouting we talked about. Yeah, that's a good point. Is Jordan playing Baneslayer Angel?
No, I don't think so.
He is playing, it looks like It looks like he's playing 2 Snapcasters, Terminus, and Supreme Verdict in his hand, though. Jordan trying to decide if it's worth Supreme Verdicting just for the Chandler's Phoenix. Which at this point, I don't know if you really have anything better to do. Forces Jeremy to use all his mana. That one's not removed. That's very important to get that correct. But if
Jeremy has another Burning Earth.
It will resolve. But Jordan doesn't have...
Probably was going to resolve it.
Yeah. Chain.
Burning Earth, come on. Oh.
Yeah, that into 2 emissaries into a Burning Earth would have been pretty good. But he does leave mana up so that he can attack for 3 with his Mutavault and his Legion Loyalist.
I don't think he had to tap the mountain to activate his Mutavault.
He did.
Because he double Burning Tree into Legion this way, he still had the green. But not that it really matters.
Jordan's going to draw a Verdict off the top. Clear the board again, but this is the power of the Mutavault. We saw it in your mono red deck in previous week's shows. If you play a couple copies, just gives you a hedge against sweepers, as it does not die to sorcery speed removal. To you, drop you to 9. Do we have a burn spell? There's a Pillar of Flame. We can rebuy that. I think I might have done that. Shock, then rebuy, then recast. I guess this way maximizes the most damage, right?
I would say, like, if you're going to...
Did he not rebuy his dude? Oh man, that's a pretty big mistake.
What he should have done was Pillar and then keep the Shock open, like, for later. I don't know why, because it's instant. But he also should have rebought his dude.
All of these things are correct. Is it a Hellrider in his hand? Or is it a Searing Spear? Maybe a promo Searing Spear. Well, I don't know if I like that either. I think I just like spear you to the face.
What was Jordan at 9?
He's at 5 now. He was at 7.
Oh. Yeah, Searing Spear to face,
Pillar you down to 3. And it's not like that spear would have been lethal because the Reckoner would have been there, but...
Yeah, but he could have rebought Phoenix.
Welcome back from the Matrix, sir.
Rebought Chandra's Phoenix and had stuff in the air.
Well, regardless of how the plays have gone, this is the situation we're in here. Jordan's going to Azorius Charm the Mutavault back to the top of Jeremy's library, which is actually pretty crucial since it effectively fogs for 2 turns. We know Jordan has 2 Snapcasters and a Terminus, so Jordan is not going to lose to combat damage anytime soon. He also has a Dissipate in the Yard, doesn't he? So he's not going to lose to the first burn spell that Jeremy comes up with. Does Jeremy just have 3 lands in his hand?
I think it's the Mortars.
The Mizium Mortars?
Yeah, it's a Mutavault Mortars Mountain.
I don't know if I leave Mortars into this matchup. I guess it kills the Angel.
Kills Angel, but it doesn't kill much else. Like, it kills Augur, but...
I don't think Jordan's playing Augur. I haven't seen one.
Doesn't kill.
So, does the Burning Tree resolve? Jeremy waiting for it to resolve. I'm not going to float that mana anymore. There's the opportunity here to flashback Azorius Charm, target lifelink, give yourself gain 2 life. I think George's probably just going to draw a card, right?
Yeah.
And he draws another Reckoner. Jordan monopolizing the red zone with his discard and RFG pile. What a jerk. So Jeremy living the nightmare of every control player, or every mono red player, which is getting your opponent to bolt range and just not being able to come up with the last bit of damage.
There's another Snapcaster.
Yeah, he's had 2 Snapcasters in his hand for a while. Snapcaster Dissipate. Answer to the Hellrider. Yeah, he can still attack with this Burning Tree.
I wouldn't do that.
Jeremy says no. Well, this way a pillar is, well, I guess it's the same, 6 of 1, but there's a Terminus off the, he has enough mana to cast the Terminus he's had in his hand for the entire game. Looks like everything else is just lands, though. No, he has a, well, I couldn't have been more wrong. He has another Snapcaster, an Is It Charm, and a Boros Reckoner.
Yeah.
It's a lot of land.
So what I said was 3 lands was 3 of the best cards in Jordan's deck in this spot. Mizium orders on that dude. You let that resolve, right?
Yeah, and then you just charm the Burning
Yes.
Tree.
I'm on board with this. Just let it happen, Jordan. You don't care. It does die. So, double Tiago Chan in the graveyard. Legion Loyalist. Legion Loyalist. Is It Charm? Snapcaster. Is It Charm?
Yeah.
I'm on board with all of these things.
I mean,
Wait, what is he doing?
he's gonna trade with Snapcaster, I guess.
Yeah. Discarding a Terminus and a land?
Probably a good play.
Yeah, you're right.
Depends on what he wants or doesn't want.
Whether it's good or bad, I mean, it's definitely a debatable play. You know, I mean, it's not
Yeah.
fundamentally wrong or anything like that.
So,
There's a Reckoner. Moreland haunts with plenty of dudes in his graveyard here. But this line has left. Well, not that I think he could do anything else, but Searing Spear's lethal. I was about to say that the way this game is played out, having used the Snapcasters for those haste creatures, he's left himself open to just a burn spell off the top. And in fact, there was a burn spell on the top of Jeremy's deck. So Searing Spear gets it done. So interesting games there. A couple of interesting lines chosen. But ultimately, a Searing Spear to the dome gets the job done.